Amber from Little Ace Cakery, who makes brides' dreams come true with stunning cakes. Thank you for being part of the series.
Hi, thank you.
How long have you been in the business?
I started my business nearly 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Just initially on Facebook, and now I've got a website and Instagram, and yeah, it's going from strength to strength.
That's great, that's great. So I guess you see a lot of brides.
Yeah, we did nearly 50 wedding cakes last year.
Yeah.
And we'll do nearly, well, we've got about 70 booked in for this year. So yeah.
It's really going from strength to strength.
It's going really well, yeah.
So what new trends are you seeing? You obviously do a lot of cakes and...
Yeah, the thing that we're seeing most of at the moment is marbled cakes.
Yes.
A lot of rose gold as well.
Yes.
And geometric styles are really, really popular.
Geometric's lovely, yes.
Yeah, a nice change from all the florals and really like natural rustic stuff we've seen for the last few years.
Yeah. So what's the most lavish cake you've ever done?
I suppose
or you're going to do?
We've got some pretty big stuff booked in for next year.
Yeah.
Or this year now. The most lavish stuff we've done has been dessert tables.
Oh.
So where people have like one big cake and then they'll have lots of little cakes, cake pops, cupcakes, macarons.
Lots of cake.
Loads of cake. I think the biggest one we did last year was for 250 people.
Wow.
So that is a lot of guests and a lot of cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how long away from the date of your wedding would you have to book your cake? Like, what's your guidelines?
I'd say really, as soon as you've booked your venue, get in touch with me. If your wedding is between sort of May and September, and especially if it's a bank holiday, then you really need to get in. As soon as you've got your venue booked, contact a wedding cake maker, because those dates go really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can do stuff at short notice, sort of over the winter months, but if it's summer, then really as soon as you book your venue, get in, because we can only do 2 or 3 wedding cakes a week. You know, there is a limit to what we can do.
Yeah. That's great. So what's your most popular style? Obviously you've said like the new trends coming in.
Yeah, most popular. This kind of thing really.
Yes.
So like really pretty, romantic, floral is the most popular. But we're seeing quite a lot of people have buttercream cakes as well. So instead of the sort of traditional fondant finish, this sort of buttercream finish, which is a little bit more rustic, a little bit more natural, that's more and more popular now as well.
Do you see more of sponge cakes or the traditional like fruit cake for a wedding?
Definitely sponge cakes.
Definitely sponge cake.
Definitely sponge cake, and people are getting a bit more adventurous with their flavours as well. So it used to always be just like a plain old Victoria sponge, but people are now having sort of like lemon and raspberry, coconut and lime, salted caramel is massively.
Salted caramel must be nice. Yeah.
Pretty good. I've got some if you want some.
What's the prettiest colour schemes that you have, like you've done or you're doing in the present?
So colour scheme wise, at the moment, I think rose gold and blush pink is definitely the prettiest. I like it with gold. Sorry, I like that with grey. Yeah. But people are having it with sort of like a soft eucalyptus green as well, which is really pretty.
No, that must be nice.
Yeah, pinks and blush golds definitely.
And it's still pretty floral, or do people have more shapes and like one of the cakes on the side has got succulents on?
Yeah, I think most popular is still floral, but people are kind of starting to go and make a bit more of a statement with their cakes. So for instance, we've got one here which is really, the cake itself is really geometric, like we've got a hexagon, a square, and then they've got succulents on there as well. But yeah, people like to make a bit of a statement with the cake and make it a real focal point and reflect the rest of the style of their wedding as well.
So do you do cake testing?
I certainly do.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the funnest things for a bride.
Yeah, and if someone's trying to choose a wedding cake maker, they absolutely have to go and taste the cake. You know, you wouldn't book a venue without looking around. You wouldn't choose someone to do your food without doing a tasting.
Exactly.
So.
And it might look beautiful, but it might not taste beautiful.
Exactly.
You want to taste it,
yeah. And also there's so many different flavours nowadays. You know, it's not just fruit cake. I do hardly any fruit cakes now. Yeah. It mainly is sponge, and as I said, people are being more adventurous with their flavours.
Yeah. So have you won any awards?
I've been nominated twice, but not quite won. So last year I got to the final 3 in the EDP Bride Awards.
That's amazing.
And I'm down to the final 3 again this year. So
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
So what advice would you give to a couple planning their wedding? Not just cakes, anything.
I suppose go with the things that you love and the things that really reflect you, rather than trying to be particularly fashionable or current. You know, if you love soft green and grey, go with that for your wedding. You know, don't think you have to have pink or you have to have purple just because it's the Pantone colour of the year.
Yes.
So yeah, go with stuff that really reflects you as a couple.
What's the most common mistake when picking a cake?
I suppose the most common thing is people come to me and ask for a 6 or 7 tier cake, and they've got maybe 50 or 60 guests.
Right.
So there's absolutely no problem with having a massive cake, but what you probably don't want is having loads and loads of cake left over.
Cake to people ratio.
Yeah, exactly. So what I often do for people is use a cake dummy. So for instance, these are made of polystyrene.
Okay.
You wouldn't know it because they're decorated in exactly the same way. But rather than having like enough cake for 300 people, you just have a couple of dummy tiers.
Yeah.
And that way you get the look of something really, really amazing,
yeah.
but you don't have to eat cake for a month.
So what's the most frequently asked question?
I suppose people ask me all the time, are the flowers real?
They do look very realistic.
And they're not. They're all handmade out of sugar.
Gosh.
So they're not going to wilt. You can keep them forever as well.
Really?
So they'll actually come off the cake and then you can keep them as a keepsake.
It's a beautiful keepsake.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the strangest request you've had?
It has to be the roller coaster wedding cake.
Really?
Yeah, they had 4 tiers of cake made into a spiral. And the couple who ordered the cake then went on honeymoon to the US and went around all the different theme parks and went on about 30 different roller coasters.
So adrenaline junkies.
Definitely. That was a really cool cake to make.
I bet. So thank you for your time. It was great to have you here, and we hope to catch you again.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been
That's
great.
okay.
Thank you.
You.